So I just watched the SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants, directed by Derek Dryman and written by Pam Brady, Matt Lieberman, Mark Ciccarelli, and Kaz. So, yeah, I've been a fan of SpongeBob pretty much my entire life. Like, it's been around pretty much as long as I've been around. Like, we share the same birth month, May 1999. And yeah, this has been a franchise I've been following pretty much since I was born. And I've seen every SpongeBob movie, and honestly, I found value in all of them. There are ones that I can certainly understand why they're not particularly beloved online, but I still find things in them I like. So I was excited for this movie because this is the first SpongeBob movie I've gone to see in theaters in over a decade because my country is one of the ones that did not get Sponge on the Run released theatrically. And yeah, the trailers, admittedly, didn't look amazing. They kind of made me a bit worried that maybe this wouldn't be that good, but I still wanted to go see it. And now that I've seen it, yeah, this was another good SpongeBob movie. I enjoyed this one, and honestly, I think most SpongeBob fans will too. So, positives. The animation is probably the film's strongest aspect. Like, this is the best that these characters have looked in 3D, in terms of the three dimensional designs and not the hand drawn or flash animation 2D models. And the designs of the underworld creatures and the ghost pirate crew are all fun and imaginative. And definitely the biggest laughs I got in this film came from the visual gags. Like, there's just so much stuff that they put in, like, the background, or like just in the creative way characters express themselves, or just in ways that they visually convey things, like when SpongeBob literally drops a brick behind him. And the animators just know how to contort the characters in funny and creative ways. There are definitely some unfunny butt jokes in the movie, but not as many as the trailer would suggest. Honestly, I think they kind of put pretty much all of them in the trailer because I guess they thought that would sell the movie for some reason. And then there's one montage in the movie that like rivals the intermission time sequence from the Amazing Digital Circus in terms of just sheer weirdness. Like, definitely one of the strangest things I've seen all year. And it has a weird trap music remix of the classic SpongeBob music, which was actually kind of annoying. But like, still, the sequence itself was so weird. I was pretty entertained by it. The actual like written gags, like the dialogue, are a mixed bag. Some of them are just kind of things we've seen in the series before. Some of them are kind of repeated a bit too often. Like, I was getting a bit sick of hearing the term big guy and bubble blowing baby boy in the in the movie. They say that both of those a bit too much, but some of the dialogue is also genuinely well written. Like when I heard the Flying Dutchman say, "You and I work so well together because we're not friends." I was like, okay, the writers are definitely genuinely putting in effort here. And yeah, the best lines in the movie definitely come from Mr. Krabs and the Flying Dutchman. They're both a lot of fun here. SpongeBob and Patrick are fine. SpongeBob wanting to be seen as a big guy definitely feels reminiscent of him wanting to be seen as a man in the first movie. But still, this whole premise of him wanting to be a big guy and a swashbuckler works fine enough as a reason for the movie to happen, especially since it's more focused on the gags. And I did like how this movie gave more of a spotlight to Mr. Krabs. Like, it was nice seeing this side of him that cared more about SpongeBob more than just, he's me fry cook and he makes me money. Like, you do genuinely feel like Mr. Krabs actually cares about SpongeBob here. And Squidward worked well as someone for Mr. Krabs to work off of while they both looked for SpongeBob. Although, admittedly, the film does cut back to them a bit too frequently, like, it kind of messes with the pacing a bit. Like, we'll get like 5 minutes maybe of SpongeBob and the Dutchman, and then we'll get like 3 or 4 minutes of Mr. Krabs and Squidward, which was kind of not like a bit, like, I don't know. I kind of wish we had a bit more of SpongeBob and the Dutchman before we cut back to Mr. Krabs and Squidward. Although admit really quick, there was a nice Steven Hillenburg tribute in the Mr. Krabs and Squidward part of the movie, which was cool. The Flying Dutchman is definitely a fun antagonist, and I do think Mark Hamill is a good substitute for Brian Doyle Murray. Should he have been replaced? Maybe not, but from my understanding, it seems like Brian Doyle Murray maybe had a hard time juggling both the recent SpongeBob game, Titans of the Tide, and this film, so that's why they got Mark Hamill here. And yeah, Mark Hamill does a really good job. And Regina Hall also does a good job really blending in as the Dutchman's first mate. Like, I didn't even realize it was her until I saw her name in the credits. Really, the whole pirate aspect of the movie is handled well. It definitely helps make the story more fun, and yeah, like I said, it allows for all of these creative things in the underworld. And I definitely think it was a good idea to bring back John Debney to write the score. He had previously wrote the score for Sponge Out of Water, which featured a pirate, Burgerbeard as the main villain, and he definitely knows how to write good pirate music. Both of his scores for these SpongeBob movies are definitely good. If I had to name any real flaws I have, I would say the third act is probably the weakest part of the movie. Like, we don't really get any actual good action here. Mark Hamill's human version of the Flying Dutchman is honestly pretty ugly. Like, they for some reason decided, well, he also has to have the version of it like, you know how his nose is kind of long and protruding in animated form? They decided to give Mark Hamill that nose in live action too, and I'm just gonna say it. He's straight. His nose is straight up phallic. Like, I just saw that and was like, nobody saw that and said, "Hold on, maybe we should change the design a bit." Like, I was like, "Wow, can't believe they got away with that." And the green screen when the Flying Dutchman is on land is straight up some of the worst I've seen in a big budget Hollywood movie. Like, it never looked like they were actually in Santa Monica. And like, let's compare this to Sponge Out of Water, which again came out a little over a decade ago. The green screen in that was maybe not amazing, but I never was taken out of the movie by how bad it was. And the action we got with all of the SpongeBob characters turning into superheroes was fun. Was a lot of fun. And here they ride a roller coaster, I guess. That's about it. Although I did legit like SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs' designs as the new Flying Dutchman. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, and don't expect Sandy or Plankton much in the movie, despite their voice actors receiving top billing in the credits. Sandy has 2 to 3 lines spread throughout the movie, and Plankton, I think, has one line, and that's it. But overall, this is definitely another enjoyable SpongeBob movie. If you're a SpongeBob fan or you just want something to take your kid to other than Avatar 3, I'd say this is a good option. Really quick to give a SpongeBob movie ranking. This is going to be worst to best. The Sandy Cheeks movie, down at the bottom. Even I can admit that one's not very good. Sponge on the Run, next up. It's definitely gone down in my mind over the years, but I still like it. And next up is this film. And then next up, at Sponge Out of Water, which is definitely a fun return to form for the series. Definitely very funny, but I personally kind of think it's a little weird how most of the storylines in that film are obviously just like taken from episodes of the show. Next up is the Plankton movie, which isn't the funniest, but it definitely probably has the most original story out of any of these SpongeBob movies. And at the top, the original. There's just not going to be any beating that, no matter what these sequels do. And I'm going to give the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants a B. And just a heads up, you can walk out as soon as the credits start, so you don't have to hear the Ice Spice song again. There's nothing worth staying for during the credits. Before I go, let me also give a quick review of the short film that plays before this, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Chrome Alone 2 Lost in New Jersey. I'm definitely a fan of the Mutant Mayhem installments of the TMNT franchise we've been getting lately, and this is another very entertaining entry into that franchise. It has a great takedown of AI. It's very funny. I love the stupid backstory that the robot gives itself. I love the way the commercial for the turtle ripoff toys, they get so many like details of the turtles wrong. The animation still looks great. It honestly looks on par with the film. And there's a great reference to We Wish You a Turtle Christmas at the end. Really, the only problems I have here are like one or two offline deliveries from the Turtles, and the music throughout really just kind of sounds like lo-fi beats for some reason. Music is not definitely nothing special compared to the film. And this short film I will give an A minus. So yeah, definitely check out the short film beforehand and check out the SpongeBob movie. So those are my thoughts on these two little Nickelodeon packages. If you've seen the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to see more views like this in the future. And on that note, I will see you next time. Have a great day.